Can you believe that even if you've never done any embroidery or sewing before, you'll still be able to make a cute little bear like this after watching this video?
Insert the needle into the handle, leaving about 2.5 centimeters of the tip exposed. Once the needle is in place, tighten the screw firmly. If the needle tip starts to sink in, just adjust it and retighten the screw. Now that the needle is ready, let's move on to threading the yarn. First, remove the cap at the back of the needle. Take the threader and insert it from the needle's tip through to the end. Thread the yarn through the threader and pull it back through the needle. Once the yarn is out at the needle tip, remove the threader. Leave about 5 centimeters of yarn sticking out from the needle. Make sure the yarn goes through the little hole at the needle tip. That's what keeps it from slipping out while you stitch. Let's go through the punching techniques. Always keep that slanted side facing up and pointing in your stitch direction. If stitching upward, make sure the slant points upward. If stitching sideways, rotate the needle in that direction. If stitching along curves, follow the shape with your needle slant. We'll be stitching on the printed side of the fabric surface. Push the needle all the way in, then lift it just above the fabric. Punch again about 2 mm from the previous stitch. Make sure to always insert the full length of the needle. That way, your loops on the back will be the same length. Each stitch should be about 2 mm long, just enough. Avoid making stitches too dense, or it'll get bulky and hard to work with. While stitching, keep feeding the yarn, and don't press down on it. Avoid placing things over the yarn, as that can pull it tight. If it's too tight, the stitches may slip out. When punching a detail, punch outline the shape first. Then fill it in using a spiral motion toward the center. Stitches should sit side by side, not on top of one another. This keeps the fabric evenly filled, without making it bulky. Check the back from time to time, so you can fix mistakes early. To finish a stitch, lift the needle, hold the yarn, and snip it. Before practice, here are some beginner mistakes to avoid. Problem 1. The yarn slips out of the fabric after stitching. This can happen if the needle was not pushed all the way in. Short loops don't hold well and come out easily. Always insert the needle fully to create secure loops. Another cause, the yarn is too tight while you stitch. You may have forgotten to feed more yarn from the ball, or something was pressing on the yarn, making it stuck. Check for knots or remove any items pressing on the yarn. Third cause, incorrect threading. Yarn must pass through the tip hole. If it doesn't, it won't hold. Rethread the needle correctly. If you need to redo a section, gently pull out the stitches. Lightly scratch the fabric surface to close up large holes, then stitch over it again, as needed. But be careful, redoing too many times will wear the fabric out. So always follow the instructions carefully before starting. Problem 2, the loop side comes undone too easily. This usually happens when the stitches are packed too tight. Too many loops make the back bulky, and the needle may pull them out. So keep each stitch about 2 mm long. Another reason, you're pushing into old stitches by accident. Always aim your needle toward unstitched fabric while punching. After finishing a fluffy section, trim any uneven loops with scissors. This won't affect the design, just makes it neater.
First, let's stretch the fabric onto the frame over the bear's front side. We'll begin stitching small details like the eyes, mouth, and blush. Start by outlining each shape, then gradually fill it in. Use a spiral motion to stitch until the shape is fully covered. Next, switch to white yarn to embroider the bear's body. For large areas like this, use short stitches about 1 mm along the outer edge. As you move inward, you can switch to longer stitches around to 3 mm. This keeps the yarn fluffy without making the back too thick. Place each stitch close together but not too tightly packed. Then, the yarn covers the fabric completely without getting bulky. Once you get the hang of it, you'll see how easy and relaxing this craft can be, with the repeated motion of punching the needle. To avoid changing yarn too many times, embroider all the white parts first before switching to other colors. Now let's work on the bear sweater with waves of blue and red yarn. Keep in mind, this is actually the back side of the plush bear. The front side will actually be the fluffy yarn side at the back. How long the yarn sticks out depends on how long your needle tip is set. For example, right now I'm setting the needle to 2.5 centimeters. But for the red collar, I want the yarn to be longer and more raised. So I'll adjust the needle to about 3 to 4 centimeters. Then, continue stitching as usual. Now, let's flip it over and check out the result. Can you see how the red collar yarn looks longer now? Next, I'll finish the bear's nose. I'm going for a recessed look this time. Hidden stitches are similar to raised stitches, but we'll make the stitches about 2 to 3 millimeters long so the yarn doesn't stick out. That's it, we've finished stitching the front of the bear. If any yarn strands are frayed, you can use scissors to trim them neatly. This won't affect the embroidery design at all. To make the fabric more secure and prevent the yarn from slipping, apply a layer of fabric glue over the back. Just don't use too much so it dries faster. Make sure the glue covers all the stitched areas evenly. While waiting for the front to dry, let's move on to the back side. When you get to the red collar on the back, remember to adjust the needle length again for that fluffy effect. Once you're done stitching, apply fabric glue just like before. And wait for it to dry completely. After the glue dries, use scissors to cut out the shapes along the dashed lines marked on the fabric. Don't forget to cut out the bear's ears as well. Next, cut a 70 centimeters length of embroidery thread, separate two strands and thread the needle. Tie a knot at one end. We'll start by sewing the bear's ears. Align the two sides of each ear and stitch them together, using small, even running stitches along the marked line. It's really simple, just follow along in the video. Leave a small opening so you can turn the ear inside out later. Now flip it inside out. And you've got a cute little ear for your bear. Place the right sides of the bear's body pieces together. Remember to sandwich the ears between the two fabric layers. Sew the body pieces together along the edge. But leave about an 8 centimeters gap so you can turn it inside out. If the opening is too small, it'll be hard to flip. After sewing, clip the seam edges to help the fabric lie flat. When turning it inside out, take your time. Gently push the fabric through using your fingers. Don't pull too hard. You might undo the stitches or pull out the yarn. Once it's flipped, stuff the bear with filling. And sew the opening closed using a hidden stitch. The hidden stitch is easy once you get used to it. Insert the needle just under the edge of the fabric. Then bring it across and stitch into the opposite side. Take small stitches about 3 to 5 millimeters long. And keep alternating from side to side. Take small stitches about 3 to 5 millimeters long as well. After sewing a bit, gently pull the thread tight, so the stitches close up neatly without showing. Just follow along with my hands in the video. And there you have it, a super cute white bear. Wishing you all success with your project. If you need help with anything, feel free to message me.